Jeremy, look, it's my old cotillion dress. It makes me feel like I was 18.
Well, you can start feeling old again. We're not going.
What?
We can't afford it. We're broke.
Oh, no, that's ridiculous. How can that be?
Well, let's see. Well, now here is a bill for a hat from Paris.
I'm a Custis. Custises don't allow anything to touch their heads unless it's from France.
Well, I must remember to find an old guillotine somewhere.
It only cost £100.
Only £100?
Well, it was hurricane season. I mean, 37 sailors lost their lives bringing that hat across the ocean. I think it was a bargain.
That's the great part about buying me a horse. Nobody has to die.
Not now, Abigail.
But you promised me a horse when I had the chicken pox.
Don't twist my words. I promised you a chicken when you had the horse pox.
Now I know what it feels like to be the oppressed subject of an unfeeling tyrant.
Me too.
Jeremy, we're just talking about a couple of measly tickets.
No, we're talking about 5 tickets, and we have to get new dresses for the girls, and we can't take our regular coach. No, we'll have to have the stretch coach. And I don't know if it's permeated that female brain of yours yet, but have you got any idea what this is going to cost?
Oh, I'm sorry, darling. Did you say something after blah, 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 blah? Look, if you're so worried about the money, why don't you borrow some from George?
Oh, wow. I'm not borrowing money from George Washington.
He's your brother-in-law.
He looks down on me.
So everyone does.
He just keeps bringing up that old rumor.
Oh, about you being a draft dodger during the French and Indian War.
I told you I had to go to Canada on business.
Of course you did, darling.
I did, and I'm not crawling to George Washington, and that is that. Ah, there you are, George. They told me I'd find you here. Am I interrupting anything?
Of course not. I always have time for you, Jeremy. You're like family. You are family, of course. So what brings you to Mount Vernon?
Well, the fact of the matter is that the inn isn't doing very well financially. I hoped you could help us out.
Of course I can.
Really?
Have you tried putting those little mints on your guest pillows at bedtime?
George, I'm here to borrow money.
You are? Oh, well. Come over here, Jeremy. I want to show you something. What do you think?
What? These are these the troops of the Revolution?
No, they're toys. See? This one's a drummer. And this one's an Indian fighter. See his little coonskin cap?
Could we get back to the money?
Money?
Yeah, I happen to know you're one of the richest men in the colonies, George.
As my friend Ben Franklin always says, a fool and his money are soon parted.
Then why is this taking so long?
Eliza, I was thinking of wearing this to the ball. Do you like it?
You're going to the ball? I would have thought a social event for society's finest would be against your revolutionary principles.
Hey, a party's a party.
Well, how did it go?
Oh, terrific. Asked George for a loan and he agreed. At 15% interest.
Ah, so you didn't take the money.
So I didn't take the money. And don't ask me to go back. I wouldn't take Washington money for all the tea in Boston Harbor. They're insufferable, greedy, social climbing snobs.
You say that like it's bad. Mother, which fabric would make the best gown for the ball?
Ball? What are you talking about?
Oh, well, Jeremy, I assumed you'd find some way to bungle it, so I saw my sister Martha, who's in town today, shopping. Her husband likes her to look nice, and I borrowed the money.
Girls, would you leave the room, please?
I need Mother to help me select my ball gown.
Eliza, I think Dad's about to have a hissy fit.
No!
Do I know, Dad?
Okay, you've gone too far this time.
Oh, Jeremy, you'd give up your spleen before you parted with a nickel.
Only because it's an unnecessary organ. But it's nothing. It's your sister. She is a gossip.
Fiddlesticks. Martha promised me she wouldn't say a word to anybody.
Excuse me, sir. I was wondering if it's possible to be paid in advance from now on.
What?
Well, I was talking to Chester Miggs. He's the dung sorter down at the fertilizer factory. He said that the word on the street is that you had the missus go crawling to the Washingtons for money.
Well, Annabelle, did you hear that?
And might I ask a second favor, sir?
What?
Could you try and do a better job of managing these type of affairs? Because this sort of thing makes me look bad in front of my friend, the dung sorter.
Sure, sure. And you were talking about being paid in advance? And do you prefer bills or silver?
Oh, I never say no to silver.
Well, good. Now, don't come back until you have the debt limits. Are you satisfied now?
Jeremy, what does it matter? At least we have the money to go to the ball.
Yeah, there's just one flaw in your thinking. We're not going to the ball.
We are going to the ball. It's Maud's only chance of marrying Ben.
But I don't want to marry Ben.
There, you see, Jeremy. What?
I don't love him.
I thought you did.
I never did. And if you just asked me how I felt in the first place instead of planning my life, you would have known that.
What have I done?
Oh, what have you done? Don't blame yourself. Don't blame yourself.
But, Jeremy...
Hey, all right, blame yourself. You'll have to excuse me. I've got to go and talk to Maud. You know, fathers and daughters, they have a certain kind of relationship.
Dad?
Not now!
No, this is unbelievable. Maybe we should just move into the stable.
Why not? It's not like there's a horse in there or anything. I'm sorry, Father. I should never have spoken like that to Mother.
No, it's all right. She had it coming. Your mother should make more of an effort to find out how you feel, like I'm doing. So how do you feel?
Terrible.
Good. I'm glad we shared this time.
Father, I'm sorry. I know you want me out of the house.
No.
I know you're afraid I'll never find a husband.
No.
I know the fact that I read upsets you.
Well.
I just don't want to marry someone I don't love.
You shouldn't.
Really?
Really. This is your home. This is where you belong, Maud. And your mother and I only want you to leave when you find that man that you really love.
Oh, Father, thank you.
Oh, no, thank you. Thank you, because you reminded me the only reason to marry is love. I just wish somebody had given me that advice.
You didn't marry Mother out of love?
Well, and you must never say anything. But your mother, when she was a young girl, she hadn't quite lost her baby fat yet. Well, the fact is, she was quite plump.
Mother was plump?
Well, let's just say I never took her to the beach during whaling season.
But she's so thin now.
Potato famine, 1760.
Then why did you marry her?
She had a very large dowry. Well, I mean, not as large as her, but pretty big. In fact, how do you think I paid for this inn?
Then you're saying that you don't love Mother?
No, of course I do. Look, I've been with your mother for over 20 years, and we have 3 wonderful children to show for it. And all right, we have our ups and downs like every modern couple, but we always manage to work through them.
Well, I think Mother is a very lucky woman to have a man like you for a husband.
So do I. Whaling season. Hi. I didn't know you were here, Annabelle. Hey, you're not mad about what I said to Maud, are you? Oh. You are mad.
Whaling season?
I don't know where those words came from.
You're scared.
Yes, I am. It's the strangest feeling. I've never felt so weak and vulnerable before. Kind of like it.
That's funny because, well, I've never felt so strong and powerful before. I kind of like it too.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna take you upstairs before either one of us loses this feeling.
I'm right behind you.
Now we have to leave the house?
All right, you can have the damn horse.
CBS has come up with a Saturday night worth staying home for. For 30 years, she's cooked, cleaned, and taken care of her family. But now, it's Franny's turn. Followed by the critically acclaimed Brooklyn Bridge. Saturdays this fall on CBS. Now get ready for Academy Award nominee Sigourney Weaver in the network television premiere of Gorillas in the Mist. Next.